Okay, I have been doing a mentoring call with Jan Burke, and we were talking about her action from last month to help her go fully integrated national director and how we were working together. And I think it would be very beneficial to hear some of the things and the steps that she took and the words that she said to help some of her health coaches go senior health coach, and to put into all of that action that she did last month. So Jan, we were talking about coaches that you got in contact with who were inactive for a while, and that were wanting to pick the business back up, and that these were possibilities of helping them go senior health coach. So talk about what you did, how you organized things, and how you dug in and got permission to help them.
Okay. First of all, for each one of these coaches, I printed out a report of all the clients they had ever had, organized with the active ones on the top so that we could see when they had their last order, and and I also printed a pending the slim order report so that I knew who had an order set to go. I met with each coach and I talked to them about where their current people were so that I got their permission to make contact and help them get clients back on from the past. And all of them agreed, because every one of them, their business had kind of slid down and they really wanted to get things rolling again, but just didn't know how or didn't have the time. So current clients, I called and I talked to them about where they were and said that we worked together as a team, and I was working together with Sue, Kim, whoever it was. Anybody who sounded like maybe they were faltering or their order was going to be pushed off, I said, one thing I'm doing is letting clients know that we have a June special, and anybody who has an order going through in June, a B Slim order going through in June, will get a free snack pack with it. And if you've never tried one of those, you need to. If you've already tried them, you're going to get a free one. It's $20 you don't have to spend. And so that enabled us to have one client's order go through that wasn't going to, and she got her husband back on with her because of that, so they would both get it. So that was two.
Tell me about, there's like 3 categories. So you printed out this list of clients and you highlighted it into 3 categories. Talk to me about how you did that.
Okay. So after I called the current ones,
right. Current ones, good. We got them solidified. And then what did you do with the others?
Okay. So then we moved down to the inactive clients, and I went through everyone. It took a little bit of time, but it was so worth it because it told me how to direct the rest of my time. I went through the back office and I looked at every client, and I looked at how long ago their last order went through, and I made notes on each line. And then I looked at how many orders they placed over the history of being on TSFL. So that meant that my highest priority clients, I highlighted anybody who had been off a year, because those people could come back in as a new client again. And then the second, in a different color, those are my first priority.
Let me just interrupt just for a second. I want to put clarity on something. Okay. They were coming in as a new B Slim client. Yes. Okay, so yes. Good. Okay, and then the second group?
Right. Then the second group were people who maybe it hadn't been a whole year since they'd been off, but they were people who had ordered at least 3 to 5 or 6 months concurrently, which told me they already had experienced the effect of being in weight, in fat burning and losing weight on the program. They knew how to do it, but for whatever reason, they had reached maintenance or they had quit or whatever. All right. So those are my second priority people. So then I began to call them, and the first priority people who'd been off over a year. I need to interject at this point that some of these clients were people who had rolled up from a coach who had quit. So as I called each one, I had to get on Facebook, look that person's name up, and watch who we had in common to figure out who had actually coached them in the past. Because sometimes it wasn't the coach whose name they were under now. And I wanted to talk like I knew what I was doing. So I would call them and say, I know that you don't know me, but we have a friend in common. Emily so-and-so, I know, coached you at one time on the Take Shape for Life program, and she was part of my team. I'm a full-time Take Shape for Life coach. I've worked with several hundred clients on this program and helped them get to a healthy weight and stay there. And I want you to know that just because your coach is not doing this anymore, you still have support, because we don't ever want anybody who's done our program to be without a coach at all times. We want you to have somebody to help you maintain. We want somebody to help you if you stumble and need to get back up and you need to maybe get back on the program for a while. I want you to know you have help here, so I want you to keep my number, and I'd like to email you and let you know I'm here for your help. Now, I had gotten permission to do this because these people really were the clients of one of my other coaches still. And I also said that coach's name so that they understood we're doing this together to make sure we contact all of the old clients of Emily. And then
it also is a great example of that team concept that we've been working through our team, is just helping people understand that we're working together as a team now. And you've got, I love what you just said and how you said it. You've still got support, and that's what's so critical.
So then I listened to what either their complaints were about why they quit the program, or their success story. I did great. I lost 50 pounds. But I've gained some of it back, because most of the reality was that these people really had not been having anybody coach them for a long time, And so there were people who said, well, but I gained some of my weight back. And so those people, I would say, oh no, I said it to absolutely everybody. I'm letting people know about this now, because there is a special that if you came back in as a client again, if you need to restart the program, or if you use some of the food and would place a 1 month order, you would get almost $100 off that 1 month order by coming back in this month. And I can help you do that. And also, your coaching experience might be different with me, because I like to really help somebody hold their hand, be with them step by step to help them make this a permanent, lifelong change. And I told them, I have maintenance clients that I still talk to every week, because they just need the reassurance that if they've got something coming up, they got somebody to help them with it or whatever. So that was my first priority bunch, because they have the big bonus to get back on.
Right. And so that $100, just for clarity for everybody, is that $91.25 plus the shaker jar and all of that. It's nothing out of your pocket. It's just what the company already has in place. So the Optimal Plus Optimal kit plus 3 is, and then you get the free week, and it comes to about $100, $91.25 worth of food, and then the shaker jar and stuff. So yes. Cool.
So those were going to be the biggest possible orders,
yes.
And out of my pocket to get them back on, and the biggest bonus to the person if they were going to get back on. And it worked. I mean, we had more than one of my coaches got to senior coach because of this working.
Right.
My second priority people were the ones who weren't a year off the program, but who had ordered steadily in the past, at least 3 months or more. Those people I contacted, I said the same introductory thing to them, but I said to them, I noticed that for the last 3 or 4 months, you haven't needed any food or whatever, just something to get them talking about where they were right then. And then I said, one reason that I'm helping Sue contact all of these people is we want everybody to know this month that there's a special if they place an order, and we did put a minimum on it. If they place an order of at least 150 or at least 200 or whatever, there's a free snack pack. And because we've introduced this great, TSFL has this great new bunch of snacks, and this will let you try all the different ones. And it has 16 items in it instead of only 7. So it's a really great pack. And that got people to get back to place an order too.
Yeah.
Then the lowest priority people were the ones who had maybe only been on a month or two. And with those people, I wanted to talk to them if I could anyway, because I wanted to find out why. You know, it concerns me when there's a coach, I didn't say this earlier, but it concerns me when there's a coach who has lots of clients that only order for 1 month and it dies. Why? I wanted to talk to those people.
So, and I love that. And so what this is an example of, I'm just going to review and then we'll stop this, is that you, with permission, you had conversations, first of all, with coaches that wanted to re-engage.
Yes.
And they needed some assistance in re-engaging. They may have not had the time or know what to say, and just appreciated that team support. So you got permission to reach out. So you pulled up reports in the back office by entering that coach's ID number, found all of their clients, organized it in a way that was a priority system for you to help them, and then actually made the telephone calls.
Yes.
This wasn't done by email. It wasn't done by text. It was done by picking up the phone, relational. And so you were able to accomplish something huge in the month of June simply because you reached out to your coaches, you dug in, you picked up the phone, and you got the work done.
Yes.
So I love it. Thank you for sharing what you said and how you said it and how you thought about it, and that thought process. I think it might help some people moving forward.
All right.
Cool.